The White House has confirmed that President Donald Trump's new tariffs will take effect immediately after the announcement on Wednesday night. The new tariffs aim to boost U.S. manufacturing and punish other countries for what Trump calls years of unfair trade practices. As Europe awaits for clarity on what exactly these tariffs will affect, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said a trade war is in nobody's interest.
Mr. Speaker, we've been preparing for all eventualities ahead of the confirmation of US tariffs later today. Let me be clear with the House. A trade war is in nobody's interests. And the country deserves, and we will take, a calm, pragmatic approach.
By most economists' assessments, Trump's risky move threatens to plunge the economy into a downturn and damage decades of old alliances. Trump recently also announced 25% taxes on auto imports as well as levies against China, Canada and Mexico, while also expanding tariffs on steel and aluminium.
Marine Le Pen's hopes of becoming France's next president may still be alive after a court of appeals in Paris said it will issue a decision on her case by the summer of 2026. If the deadline is met, this would mean that a final decision could be handed down several months before the 2027 presidential election. So under what circumstances could Le Pen still run for president?
Il n'y a qu'un seul scénario, c'est celui où elle est innocentée ou celui où sa peine est suffisamment réduite pour que l'inéligibilité ne court pas jusque l'élection présidentielle en 2027. Il y a bien un troisième scénario, c'est celui de la grâce présidentielle. Mais il faut rappeler que le président de la République ne peut gracier que pour une condamnation qui est définitive. Définitive. On ne peut donc exercer ce droit de grâce que si Marine Le Pen a terminé d'épuiser les voies de recours.
While she awaits a second trial and despite her conviction, Marine Le Pen keeps her seat as a member of parliament in the National Assembly. But in the event of a dissolution, she will not be able to stand for re-election. Monday's conviction for embezzlement of EU Parliament funds still spells trouble for her party, according to certain experts.
Ça déstabilise, ça fragilise le leadership, l'organisation, la ligne idéologique. Il y a beaucoup de choses qui sont déstabilisées. D'abord, c'est cela. Maintenant, il peut y avoir résilience, évidemment, et puis il peut y avoir peut-être cette seconde solution que serait Bardella.
L'état de droit, là, c'est la négation de l'état de droit.
Plan B, like for Jordan Bardella, the leader of the National Rally Party and Le Pen's protégé, could replace her as a candidate in the 2027 election. But at only 29 years old, he could be seen as relatively inexperienced, only having served as a member of the European Parliament. While waiting for the courts to rule again, the National Rally has already launched its counterattack. It boasts 10,000 additional party members and 300,000 signatories for its support petition since Marine Le Pen's conviction on Monday.
For the first time ever, the leaders of the EU and Central Asia sit down together in the historic city of Samarkand, Uzbekistan, to agree on a strategic partnership. The summit has great geopolitical significance. 3 years into Moscow's war against Ukraine, the two regions are willing to open a new chapter. A week ago, EU High Representative Kaja Kallas prepared the summit in Turkmenistan.
Integrated cooperation between Central Asia and the European Union is one of the most important strategic vectors of development in Eurasia.
Central Asia consists of 5 former Soviet republics: Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan. Its population and economy are rapidly growing.
It will be an important milestone in our relationship, and we attach great importance to the success of this summit.
According to diplomats, the EU is willing to address the circumvention of sanctions against Russia, import natural gas and invest in the mining of raw materials in the region.
rare earths, what you need for electronics, also for defense equipment. And Europeans are looking for other places where they can get those raw materials. Definitely also a main issue is energy. We have cut mainly our import from Russia when it comes to oil and gas. So there's always the idea of where can we get gas and oil from other places? And Turkmenistan, as an example, is one of the big gas providers.
The EU is also willing to help the Central Asian region to decrease its dependence on Russia and China.
That infrastructure is of the essence. And China is doing the Belt and Road Initiative in the area, expanding its grip on Central Asia, while the Europeans are trying also to offer alternatives to the Chinese Belt and Road Initiatives and investing in infrastructure as well in the area.
The expert says Europe is expected to walk a fine line on human rights in the region and will raise the migration issue connected to Afghanistan.
More and more families in Spain are getting bunkers. Since the war in Ukraine started, the demand has shot up by 200%. This is also happening across Europe. These high-security bunkers even contain nuclear radiation showers. Behind its reinforced walls and armoured doors lies a secure refuge designed to protect during times of war.
Es como, para que nos hagamos la idea, es un apartamento, pero con mucho nivel de seguridad. Se puede llegar a vivir meses dentro de un búnker si tienes, por ejemplo, este búnker en el que estamos tiene 1000 litros de agua potable, varios sistemas de respaldo de electricidad.
Many people are now training to know how to act in the case of war. Lieutenant Colonel Manolo Camara teaches civilians who want to sharpen their skills. He travels across Spain, giving courses and talks, always carrying his survival book because he believes in being prepared.
Tienes que saber hacer fuego, tienes que saber buscar agua, hacerte un refugio, moverte con el mapa, te van a faltar comida, te va a faltar agua, apoyo, digamos, sanitario, y tienes que resolverlo tú, ¿no?
The European Union has urged citizens to have a survival backpack, but it's not just about having it, it's about knowing how to use it.
Lo importante de la mochila es lo que no pesa y no ocupa lugar, que es los conocimientos, ¿no? Tenemos que tener un plan familiar para saber cada miembro de la familia qué tiene que hacer. Un pequeño almacén con agua, comida, linternas, las clásicas radio a pilas, manta térmica.
Most people can't afford a bunker, so some create small, safe spaces at home and stockpile supplies. Having water reserves or non-perishable food is key in these cases.
Vivimos en un mundo donde la geopolítica de China nos afecta al día siguiente y de Rusia también lo mismo y Marruecos por otro lado. Es decir, la gente cada vez está tomando más conciencia de los problemas a nivel internacional que nos afectan. Entonces siempre es bueno tener varios días de alimentación, ser autosuficiente en casa.
El incremento en el número de búnkers construidos es un hecho en toda la Unión Europea y no solamente aquí en España. Otros países como Alemania o Francia lideran el ranking. También los países bálticos o aquellos que están más cercanos a Rusia. En Barcelona, Roberto Macedonio, Euronews.
Val Kilmer, the brooding and versatile actor known for iconic roles in films like Top Gun, Batman Forever and The Doors, has died at the age of 65. His daughter, Mercedes Kilmer, confirmed he passed away Tuesday night in Los Angeles, surrounded by family and friends. The cause was pneumonia following a years-long battle with throat cancer that required 2 tracheotomies. Kilmer's career spanned decades, marked by both triumphs and challenges. He rose to fame as Iceman in 1986 Top Gun and later donned the cape as Batman in Batman Forever.
What is it about the wrong kind of man?
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
His portrayal of Jim Morrison in The Doors showcased his dedication, immersing himself so deeply into the role that he lived the character on set. A Juilliard-trained actor, Kilmer starred in critically acclaimed films like Tombstone, where he played Doc Holliday, and Michael Mann's Heat, alongside Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. In his later years, Kilmer reflected on his life with gratitude. I have no regrets, he said in 2021.
Wicked, the musical known worldwide, which experienced a resurgence in popularity thanks to the new film, will make its debut in Poland. The so-called non-replica version follows the original libretto, but has adapted the set design, choreography, and costumes.
Ta wersja w Nowym Jorku i Broadwayu ma 22 lata. Chcieliśmy zrobić musical nowoczesny, współczesny, odbywający się dziś i teraz i tutaj w Polsce, w tym kraju i odnoszący się do naszych polskich realiów. Elfaba unosi się do góry, ucieka przed chcącymi ją zabić, zamordować mieszkańcami krainy Oz. I ta piosenka jest naprawdę chyba największym przebojem musicalowym.
About 600 people applied for the casting and 44 were selected. The final lineup was accepted by the original author of the music and lyrics, Stephen Schwartz.
Jak już poznałam muzykę do tego spektaklu, jak zobaczyłam film, no to się zakochałam. Jest to naprawdę najtrudniejsza rola, z którą do tej pory się mierzyłam. I wokalnie, i aktorsko, i kondycyjnie jest to niesamowite wyzwanie.
Now, the famous musical, which first premiered in 2003, is facing its latest adaptation.